Good evening and welcome to Gator's Garage, the home of all things historical and miniature gaming in and around the great city of Savannah, Georgia. I'm your host, Mike Baker, the Gator, and we have with us our good buddy Randy. Say hi to the folks, Randy.
Everybody.
There we go. Here we go. Randy is still broadcasting from his phone, so we'll make the best. We'll make do the best we can with that. Also, just before we get too far down the road, y'all know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. Use the mouse thing. There we go. Yeah, mine's kind of weird, but it's me. So what would you expect? So and if you got comments and questions, you got something you'd like to see us look at, drop them in the section below. So there we go. Before we get too deep in, we have our dad joke of the week because last week everybody seemed to really kind of like it. Why are the streets of Paris lined with trees, Randy?
So the Germans could march in the shade, right?
That's right. Don't worry, guys. We'll pick on everybody. It'll be fun. So there we go. So, Randy, you went to the Moxie Tournament, I guess about 2 weeks ago now. And last week you were out and about. So I introduced the latest updates on the armies of the Soviet Union. And folks really seem to enjoy that. There's a lot of info. I was actually able to kind of take advantage of somebody else's work. There was a fellow on Reddit that had gone through and listened to all the official Warlord podcasts. So if you want to get the latest, greatest, I guess you got to get the Warlord podcast. Go figure. But anyway, he'd written them all down. So I gave him credit, of course, but we dropped in the latest intel, and then we gave you the Baker spin on it. Today, we're going to talk about one of Randy's favorite subjects, and that is armies and army lists. So we are going to discuss Randy's SAS army. Now, I know anybody can look at that and like, okay, that's from Kursk, Mike. Yeah, I know. That was the theme of the Operation Moxie Summer Offensive, August 24. And for those of you that are keeping track, the Battle of Kursk was in the summer of 1943, I think July and August. And so that's why Mr. Patrick Tadlock went with that theme. So there you go. But the SAS showed up to complicate everybody's day. And Randy, what made you take the SAS? Oh, there's all the guys there.
Yeah.
Randy, you can't. So before you answer that, you came in what, third?
Yeah, third place.
You have to talk to your dice, man. I'm telling you, very good. But hey, in the winner's circle, not bad. Look at that smiling crowd. Got to tell you, come for the game, stay for the fellowship. And Moxie, I know Patrick and Moxie always put on a good show. I know we put on tournaments too, and everybody always just has a great time. So, what made you look at SAS there, Randy?
Well, so in the since Gurkhas are gone, I tried playing some different kinds of armies, but I think at heart I really just like the assault armies, and so the SAS, they have a real good chance of pulling off close combat.
Okay.
And they're cool looking. I think the SAS are just some of the coolest minis.
The rule of cool, of course. Yeah. Love it.
They're a little pricey, but they are tough. I mean, they've won me some games just to the point of just not giving up.
Wow. Now you say they're pricey in terms of miniatures or in terms of points?
Points, yeah. So they're like 17 points a man.
Okay, what'd you use to build the kit? The Warlord Commando?
No, actually, most of my SAS are from the War Games Atlantic.
Okay.
SAS guys.
Cool. And of course, we're talking a Warlord game here, but Warlord will be the first to tell you if it's a 28 millimeter World War II figure, bring it. So I sell both. I was kind of glad to get my hands on the War Games Atlantic because they come in a little bit less pricey. And these days with the tariffs, I think you're going to find your War Games Atlantic kits are even more of a good value. Not a lot of them in World War II, unfortunately, but they're there and they mix well. I mean, I certainly couldn't tell a huge difference between those and the Warlord figures. So there you go. That's right. I think you got that kit from me, didn't you, Randy?
Yep, I did.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, yeah, that arrow there. All right. Your force composition, 17 dice.
Yeah, imagine that. I've got SAS, some of the most expensive infantry in the game, and managed 17 dice out of it.
That is amazing. And of course, we're going to find out exactly how you did that. You left a point on the table, Randy. I'm disappointed. Only 1,249 points.
So in actuality, what I ended up doing was throwing a rifle on one of the officers, and it squared it up.
Good.
Yeah.
You and your pistols that you stick your poor officers with. I wouldn't want to fight in your army. Oh, you get a pistol. Really? All I could do with that is shoot stray chickens, you know?
Yeah. Makes them hide better.
Yeah. Makes the what?
Makes them hide better.
Yeah, no doubt. So the infamous commander. Oh, and here we go. Inexperienced company commander. Love it.
Guy
Yeah.
straight out of Harvard.
Straight out of Harvard. I'm here to command the. No, wait, this is British, so that wouldn't be Harvard. It'd be Oxford.
Oxford, yep.
Yeah, Oxford, or maybe even out of public school. So yeah, got that Dorchester command truck. I think that's it hiding behind that building, isn't it?
It is. That was actually I managed to get it blown up twice over the weekend.
What's a big vehicle?
It is. It's hard to hide, but on the other end of it, once it's dead, it provides a ton of cover for the guy.
Did you ever see Fort Zinderneuf?
No.
Old, but I'm sorry, Beaugest. So it's the French Foreign Legion. They go to this fort and they're defending this fort, and here comes the hordes of Arab tribesmen. The guys are all along the wall, and the sergeant's rapid fire, and he's going along as the guys are getting killed. He tucks the rifle back up and puts them back up. One of the guys, he's like, that next one won't hurt nearly as bad as the first one. Like, jeez. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Guy Lizard, the first round will hurt, but after that you won't care. Dang. Nice. See, don't we all want to be in Randy's army? And Guy Lizard, what a name for a truck. Just,
yep.
Wow.
So all right. Your OCD should be kicking in if you look at this squad of SAS here.
Well, I know they're wearing red caps, which are actually Paris.
Well, actually, originally the SAS had a tan cap, but they went to the red ones mid-war.
Okay.
So, and then there was some that didn't switch over. They still kept their tan caps, but yeah. And so those were originally paratroopers.
Okay.
That, I played, but I'm waiting to see if I want to change their berets. How these SAS they work out. I may go ahead and just touch their berets up.
Yeah.
But look at the way they're running across the field, but look at how they're facing.
Yeah, they're all every which way. I couldn't tell which way they were going. It's like, what are you guys really doing? So those of you that the game with me will know this. I am, if it's a rank and flank, buddy row, your ranks better be dressed. I mean, just got to have it. If it's skirmish and tactical like this, you got to have your guys facing the direction they're shooting or the direction they're moving. It's just, you have to. And I bet these guys got killed too, didn't they? Because they didn't see where they were going.
No, actually, these guys, they never got to an objective, but there was
they didn't.
There was a squad. Actually, you see a blown up half track, and there was a squad back to the right there. I managed to kill them off before I could get up and assault them, but I was just charging right across the open at them. I was like, for you.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to try that in my favorite game because those guys would be dead meat.
so this the first game, and so you see the little center village there.
Yeah.
There was so it was 5 objectives, long table edge and meeting engagement.
Okay.
And key positions. So the center objective was worth 2 points. And then it was dead center. And then we alternated placing 4 other objectives across the board. Well, my opponent made a mistake of loading objectives more to one side than the other. And then, of course, he lost the roll off.
And that's why you place the objectives before you roll.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but based evenly, you don't assume you're going to get the side you
Right.
want. So just in case, but do that. So
That's called Operation Sucks to be you.
well, and so one of the other advantages I had was being highly mechanized with the Dorchester,
Right.
holding a whole squad. The center objective, like I say, is worth 2 points. So when I'm doing an objective based game, I don't try to get all of them.
No.
I want to get the ones that I need to win the game.
Right.
And so I look at the where they're placed,
Yep.
and I will feint at all of them just to make
Yep.
sure me commits resources to going after. But I will literally let them get one or two objectives that I don't care about.
Nice.
Trade on the ones that I need. And the center one being worth 2 points, I was going to get that one.
Right.
And so one of my SAS squads is actually a forward artillery observer unit.
Okay.
So I was able to place them right. And so all I had to do was claim because they're sticky.
Right.
And then after they moved off to do their thing, you can actually see them in the village right there.
I see them. Yeah.
Yeah. And so after they move off, then I move up another squad to take its place,
Mm-hmm.
keep it. And then my forward observer unit went off to call in their bombardment.
So a couple things. So now in the new armies of Great Britain, that forward observer unit is actually can be about the size of a fire team. You can have about 5 guys in it, right?
8.
8. And can you have a light machine gun?
No, only submachine because it's a headquarters.
Got it. Okay. Only submachine guns. Can't have rifles.
You can have rifles, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Uh,
But still, that's awesome. I remember when I posted that when you were kicking this list around, I posted it on the bolt action Reddit that you were thinking about that, and somebody was like, "Well, I'm a British player, and that's just really damn cheesy." I'm like, "Play the rules, bro. Play the rules."
it is.
Yeah. The other thing is, and it's kind of funny. I will often do this exact opposite of what you do. I will give up that medal to let the opponent get a little false sense of security, and then try and take the other enough of the other outlying objectives to win the game. And that's the key thing. Whatever we're playing, and this is something players can lose sight of. Play to the objectives. That's so important.
Yeah.
Did you see anybody at this tournament that didn't do that? They got so caught up in killing units or trying to keep alive that they didn't track the objectives, or was everybody pretty well focused?
Well, my opponent actually forgot that the center was worth 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got to listen in the briefing. And now Patrick had a printed scenario pack, so it was right there.
Yeah. And I've actually got it in front of me.
Yes. Yeah. You sent me a copy of it. So,
yeah.
Of course. And then you and I are planning to do the fall offensive bolt action tournament. And I can tell everybody right now, there's going to be some interesting special rules probably pulled from one or two of the army books or one or two of the campaign books just to keep things interesting. So yeah, I saw some of the special rules he had on there. Love it. Makes the game, just a little bit more characterful. Wow, fantastic. Okay, well, let's keep rolling here.
Yeah.
I did notice that, and I asked Patrick about this. I guess this fella here playing the Jerry's, he's got all his stuff on bases. I don't see that often done at 28 millimeter scale. I do it with all my 6 mil stuff.
I hate it. I honestly, especially vehicles, because it makes them really hard to use, like putting them up, getting through spaces and putting them up against buildings. And
right. Because in bolt action, you measure not from even if your vehicle's based, you're still measuring from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Armored platoon, everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of them out there. Your 2 Humber Armoured Cars.
Yeah.
Don't have a picture of your DACA Stuart anywhere, but knew it was going to be there.
yeah. One Stuart got really well. The 2 Humbers really did a lot of work. I think they were responsible for killing that German. I want to say it was a light anti-tank gun
Okay.
on that half track.
I could see that because what are they carrying? Autocannon too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got 24 inches, so I was getting the full +2 on them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's again, is we talk about this a lot as especially if you're playing tournament in bolt action or you're playing a lot of pickup games. Play to the points. I mean, build a themed force, absolutely. I mean, I run a German recon force. As a matter of fact, Mike Tangren and I played a couple of weeks ago, and he wanted specifically to do early war. And I had forgotten that the Puma actually didn't come in till like 43, 44.
Yeah.
And he's like your early war Puma there, Baker. I'm like, oh. Well, I ran 2 armored cars. I ran the 6 Rad and the Puma, and then my 3 half tracks. And so I love to run mechanized infantry. It's just my favorite. So there we go. Cool beans. And sounds like you got good work. Hey, talk to us about that Kangaroo. How'd that work out for you?
So it didn't get destroyed once.
That's good.
Great transport.
And we'll talk about it later too.
It's kind of disappointing that it doesn't have any firepower on it.
Yeah.
It's just a transport. You
Yeah.
can weaponry to it, but it's not spectacular. Honestly, I think my next list I'm going to have an LVT in it instead of the Kangaroo.
Oh, your infamous LVT.
Yeah.
Can't say as I blame you. Hey, what'd be real cool is when you do your next list, let's do a points comparison between the LVT and maybe the fully kitted out Kangaroo, and then versus utility. That might be a great discussion to have.
Yeah.
The heavy weapons platoon, which was very heavy, medium mortar, heavy mortar, light mortar.
Yep.
I'm detecting a theme here, and then an anti-tank rifle and a Piat team.
Yep. Yeah. So the anti-tank rifle was actually I used it more of a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
I took out some spotters through the tournament. The Piat, I killed 2 9 armor tanks with the Piat team.
Nice.
And I would have killed a third, but I got a side shot on a Sherman point blank and rolled a 1 on down. And next thing I knew, they were hosed down. So
Oh, heck yeah. You only get one shot at that. Oh my gosh. The infamous roll anything but a 1.
Yep.
1.
Yep, exactly.
That's
So
never happened to me. No.
the heavy mortar was my MVP of the heavy weapons platoon, maybe the
Okay.
whole. I killed a Panther with it.
Oh yeah. That always feels very good.
Heavy mortar did a lot of work. I mean, it killed squads, it killed vehicles. When it hits, it's just devastating.
And you have a nasty tendency to roll those 6s right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think my first game, I may have hit. I think I rolled a 6 on the heavy and a 6 on one of the light mortars.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your opponent was probably just over there twitching.
Yeah.
Now the heavy mortar is it's HE4, right? And it's a 4 S3.
Yeah, 3-inch, but that's enough to catch most of any squad.
I mean, it's basically a dinner plate. It's 6 inches across.
Yeah.
3-inch radius.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's 3 inches across.
Okay. Why did I think it was a 3-inch radius? I must have been thinking another game. I do get them mixed up sometimes. But still, that's pretty nasty.
Apartments.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about that a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
So, but still, 3 inches is nothing to sneeze at. And it's going to kill stuff. Just whatever it lands on dies.
So where it comes in is it's +3.
Right.
Direct fire. So it's always hitting top armor.
Right.
And if it hits anything else, they don't get cover saves. So, I mean, it's killing it on anything but a 1.
Mike and I were debating that, and I couldn't find it in the rule book when I was looking.
Okay.
about cover saves and HE. Is it have to do with the size of the HE? Because I think he was firing just any HE, you don't get a cover. I thought that was just buildings you didn't get a cover save.
So if it's a direct fire HE, you get a cover save.
Got it. Okay, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know I'm a tournament organizer. I should know this like the back of my hand. I don't get to play enough, and you know,
I saw this debate on one of the Facebook pages.
Okay.
And they got it wrong, but they got it right. I don't know, that's weird to say, but a unit got hit by a 3-inch HE. I think it was Panther. And there was an officer nearby that could have gotten hit by the splash. Now, the officer was completely behind the building out of sight, but the unit that got hit was not. So, did the officer get a cover save? And the answer would be no, because the HE blast was not going through the building. It was coming from the other unit. And there was nothing in between that unit and him to give him cover.
The building.
Well, no, the building wasn't in the way. It was in the Panther, but not between.
No cover save because it's a radius, and
Now,
sucks
however,
to be him.
what they did wrong was they took the template and skewed it towards the officer, because the unit that got hit was a single model.
Okay.
Have to center it on one of the models in the unit.
That's right.
And he would not have actually gotten hit at all. But he would have gotten no cover save.
Okay. So they got it right, but they got it wrong. Got it. Yeah. And that's one of those things that, just remembering all of those items. Now, had that been a multi-model unit and one of the models was closer to the officer, you could have dropped it on that model and thus caught the unit and the officer.
Yeah, as long as you get the most models in the target unit.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that. And hey, what do you guys think? Huh? Let us know in the comment section if you got a different interpretation, and if we have to, we'll sketch it out in the next show. That's interesting to know, Randy. Yeah, as soon as you described it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. Oh, guess what I got? I got a squad leader story. Just saying. Yeah, indirect fire. So, Hedgehog of Pips. You got a company of Germans under strength, about 80 guys. Getting ready to bed down for the night in a Russian village, and something like the better part of a Russian battalion comes in, and the Germans have offboard artillery. Now in squad leader, the OBA it's like it is in bolt action. It's a template. In squad leader, it's the hex and the 7 hexes around it.
Okay.
I was running the Russians. Now in squad leader, you can drop that already anywhere you want. So I had like the better part of a company. I had like three stacks of 3, so I had 9 squads just behind the ridge line of a hill. And my dad drops the 80 millimeter mortar right on the top of the hill, and of course it catches the guys in the blast radius. It's like, damn it, Jim. Yeah, it was great. I was like, well, that wasn't the best thing I've done all day. So, but all that to say that the same thing applies. Watch those blast radii and make use of them as much as you can. Makes a lot of sense. I didn't bolt action used to allow you to place the round anywhere, or has it always been on a unit?
Well, before, I think you still had to catch the most models.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Flames of War is on the unit, whereas coming from where I learned from, I just target the area, and whoever gets caught gets caught. And obviously that can be subject, especially in the way a lot of the miniature games work, can be subject to a lot of gaming. So, okay, very good. Yeah, I had to slide in a squad leader story, man. I mean, it's been a while. There they are, the heroes, the SAS infantry sections.
So, So the first, I had 2 squads of 8 men, regular SAS.
Right.
And then they got transported in vehicles.
Okay.
And then the artillery observer, it allowed me to upgrade to commandos and then further upgrade to SAS, which allowed me to increase the size 3 to 8. And this is
Wow.
on paper it looks really expensive, 228 points, but if you realize that you actually have 2 units here, you have a forward artillery observer and you have a squad of SAS,
Right.
and you just those 2 points totals together are almost the same. And these guys get infiltrator, so they can go anywhere on the board, and they get a bonus to their cover saves. So it'll allow put an assault unit, I mean, just wherever I want. If there's a guy with a gun line, some artillery pieces back there, they're dog meat because I'm going to just roll through them, like tissue paper.
Yeah, yeah. And we've talked about that. That's one of the things you love about Infiltrator, because Infiltrators can deploy anywhere on the board, right?
Yeah.
As long as they've got to be a certain number of inches away from an enemy unit, I think.
You got to be 12 inches away from an enemy unit.
Right, right.
And so one of the problems with assault armies in version 3 has been getting the guys up to an assault without them taking a lot of damage.
Right.
I had very little luck with my other 2 squads as far as assaults but this commando squad actually got me a draw in the second game because I had one of my transports hit and I lost like 3 units in one turn.
Ooh.
Kill point mission.
Ouch.
Yeah, this was game 2, and the guy had 3 Shermans. So it's like, that's going to be tough for me to kill much of his army.
Right.
3 Shermans.
Yeah.
But I was able to put these SAS close to his back line, and I just went around and I started picking on mortar teams and headquarters, and a couple of his squads were on the small side. They were like, I think 6-man regulars.
Right. Oh, geez. Your guys ate them up.
Oh yeah.
Snacks. And I gotta say, this is historically what SAS and what commandos do. They get in the back, they get in the, this is you're not going to see, especially in Western armies, you're not going to see, elite guys like this used to, like, hey diddle diddle right up the middle, charge up the middle of an assault. They're going to try and sneak around and go after all the soft targets. That's good job. Well done.
So what I'll do with these guys is I'll put them behind hard cover.
Yeah.
And I'll peek a guy out here or there so that they can draw a line of sight for their artillery bombardment.
Nice.
And then they go about running, doing their thing.
Because any man in the squad can spot. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So there's only one guy that can call it in, but any man in the squad can spot for
it. I'll have to look that one up. That's in the British Army book, yes?
Don't know.
So as long as the observer is alive, he calls it.
Yeah.
But anybody in the squad can spot. So if you're running a 5-man, which is not is actually not an impossible thing in this version. If you're running a 5-man squad, you can, even staying within 1 inch cohesion, you can inch a guy up and peek him around and then he passes the word back to the observer. Okay, right there.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Just, a mortar team or an artillery unit that has like 3 or 4 guys, and so they can shoot at whatever any of the models can see.
Right. Mike did that to me.
Gun doesn't have line of sight.
Right. Yeah. Mike did that to me. He had a medium mortar in his force, and he had one of the mortarmen that was just where he could look down across the field and draw fire, and he started trying to drop mortar bombs on me. So cool beans. Good job. Good job. Yeah. I see that you've actually put camo paint on their faces.
Yeah,
Nice
so
touch.
these guys, because they're the infiltrators, so I wanted them to look like, they were trying to hide.
I like it. That is really cool.
So one of the other, of course, obviously they get the bonus to their cover save, which is
Yep.
kind of, but also being commandos, if a sniper was to take out the officer on
Mm-hmm.
plus roll, one of the other guys gets promoted.
And so can the promoted guy also call in artillery
Yeah,
fire?
if he
Okay.
takes the place of the guy that was killed.
Okay. All right.
So it's
Like
very
it.
tough to snipe them off. Of course, you don't see too many snipers in the game.
No. Yeah, I actually started to take a sniper the other day, and I'm like, why? What's the value of a sniper? Not much, I guess.
I disagree, and I think
All right.
I think me and Bo don't agree on this, but the snipers. All right, so with pins being so easy now, of course now everybody has company commanders,
Right.
which negates the pins, and even officers. Uh, a sniper can take out that valued company commander quite easily.
Okay. Which
And
is what
put them in
they
an
were used for.
but if they're on the table, a sniper could take them out.
Okay. I could see that. But then that's points you don't have for something else.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of situational.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of folks, everybody that deploys company officers, especially the inexperienced ones, I mean, they definitely do a good job of hiding them so they're hard to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, isn't there a special British rule though that tell me about the British special officer rule, because I saw that was one of the rules in armies of Great Britain that made a lot of people wince.
Yeah. So the officer gets extra morale bonus,
Right? Yep.
so 3 and 5, but their cover save is reduced by 1.
So if your opponent can see the officer when he's rallying his troops, he's easier to hit.
Well, it's easier to kill.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right. That's right.
you're basically not going to get a cover save almost. Uh,
Wow. Okay.
so it's kind of weird because out in the open it doesn't matter because he's not getting a cover save anyway.
That's right.
But if he's in cover, then it makes his cover save worse. So
Okay.
if you got British officers, you really want to put them in transports.
Did that rule did that affect your gameplay a lot? Did it come back and bite you in any of the games?
No, actually not at all because the company commander was in the Kangaroo, which is an 8 armor,
Okay.
not likely to kill. Um, the officers, the regular officers, I just kept them hidden because they really had no, being only a 6-inch bubble.
Yep.
It's not, I typically my mortars, I'll usually park an officer near a mortar
Okay.
or an anti-tank rifle so that if they get pinned, they can activate.
I'm still learning to buy and use officers. I love how much more effective they are in V3. The game when I played last weekend, a couple weekends ago, I just took the one platoon commander, and did I run a heavy weapons platoon? No, I didn't. So I ran just the infantry platoon with a platoon commander, and then the armor platoon with an armor commander, and that was it. So I didn't have the captain, but I did okay. Did okay. But you got to keep guys close together and of course, I think may have lost my officer at one point, and that really hurt me. So, okay. Wow. Very cool. Mobility and support vehicles, Jeeps.
Yeah.
And there's that Priest Kangaroo. Now, the Kangaroo comes in a couple of flavors. You can get the Priest, which is an 8.
Yep.
You can get the Stuart Kangaroo, which, and I had never heard of either one of these being done as a Kangaroo, which is, I guess, a 7, right? Or an 8? 8. Stuart's an 8, right? Light tank?
Sure. And strangely enough, is when you make it a root, it becomes a 7.
Okay.
So
Yeah, okay. That actually makes some sense. I'm surprised that it's got an 8. That's kind of heavy. And then now Again, I don't have a copy of the book in front of me. Is the Ram available? The Sherman Ram
Yeah,
Kangaroo, is that? Yeah.
but it's very expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think an 8 is plenty. Uh, I've seen guys, actually, the ones that are going to the Dutch now, uh, in a couple of weeks. A lot of them are running the Priest Kangaroo
Okay.
and multiple ones.
Interesting. Well, I mean, and I know I'm looking at it because I've got my British desert, and yes, I am just cheesy enough to paint up some kangaroos for use with my desert force, even though they were not there, just for fun. Um, I'm a little put off by not having access to a good medium machine gun to put on there, though. That's a little disappointing. And that heavy's, what's the heavy? 35 or
Yeah, heavy
50?
points. And then you can get a Hull light machine gun, which is only 2 shots, but it's only 5 points. So, I mean, it's not massively expensive for a light machine gun.
Right. But it's fixed forward.
It's forward facing.
Right.
Just trying to put a pin on something is all that.
How many? I'm sorry, your audio cut off a little bit. How many points did you say the heavy was?
The heavy's 30 and the light machine gun's 5.
Now that is effectively a 50 cal though, rate of fire, what 3?
Yep.
And then of course a +1 penetration.
Yep.
Okay, so a not bad anti-vehicle weapon for dealing with light vehicles. So that's something to think about. Yeah, the more I hear about the Priest Kangaroo, the more I want to build them. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build 3 kangaroos, a couple of British armored cars. Do with my desert. I'm going to do with my 8th Army just what I did with my German infantry. It'll be a nice little mechanized force. So there you go. Mechanized cavalry for the win. Special rules that you used, and how many of these did you take advantage of behind enemy lines?
Did not outflank once.
Okay.
I think one scenario where you couldn't have reserves at all.
Okay.
Um, the infiltrator, of course, I've made massive use of that.
Right.
Who dares wins? Yeah.
That's a given. Yeah.
I'm going to go over the 3 games when we get done going over the force. But
Okay.
yeah, Recce. So that was key with the Humbers.
Yes.
And having 2. If you're going to have Humbers, you need to have at least 2.
Okay.
They work better in tandem.
All right.
Just one is kind of meh. But when you got 2 of them, you can really go to town on the. You can flank armor quite easily because they have to deal with one or the other.
Right.
And that means one's going to get in behind it. So
And on most tanks, that's going to be a problem for that tank. At a bare minimum, you're going to throw some pins on him.
yeah.
And to your point, they can both recce. So tank engages one, it recces away. His friend comes up and takes the shot. Randy, you're an evil man. Just saying.
Yep.
Thought I'd throw that out there. All right. And then what did you use? Which one was your command vehicle? The Stuart or one of the
Well,
Humbers?
so that was useful. The Dorchester was actually my command vehicle.
Oh, wow.
So basically, I didn't have to pay that 10-point tax on any armor.
Okay. So is the Dorchester like by default a command vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the Dorchester was 52 points.
Right.
Holds 10 guys. It's fully enclosed armor 7.
Okay. Wow. Good fun facts to know. Okay. Very good. All right. So here's a recap that I kind of pulled together here. Overall action, your veterans moved all over the place. Your Stuarts and Humbers provided support. Use your mortars to pin the enemy or eliminate them entirely. So there we go. And then this is effective mix of veteran infantry and mobile firepower, just like you described it.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So you want to talk about how this touched in with the 3 games?
Yeah. So I went 2 wins and a draw.
Okay.
And I think I tied on tournament points that came down to a third metric. That bumped me down to third, but yeah. So
Close games. That's good. That's
the
good.
first game, um, I think we talked about that. It was 5 objectives. The center objective was worth
Right.
2,
Yep.
and I managed to kill quite a few of his. He had 2 armored transports. I killed both of them, and I used the Humber to push right up at his tank at the end of a turn and kind of bait him into shooting at me the next turn. Actually, I think so. He had a squad with Panzerfaust in it,
Okay.
and so I was right in front of both of those units. And the start of the turn, he goes and so when I pushed up, I turned my Humber because it has a turret. So I turned it so that I could wreck you away with going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so the start of the next turn, he gets the first dice, and he moves up, advances, and shoots his Panzerfaust. And I was like, okay, you're shooting both of them? He goes, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to wreck you away. And I
Oh.
found 24 inches behind the building, which got rid of the Faust. So now
Right.
I could come back the next turn and go after him.
Wow. Yeah,
That
I
was
think
that was actually one of the objectives that I wasn't too concerned about, and
right.
he committed several squads. And his what did he have? He had a Panzer IV.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
taking that one objective.
That's
But
almost half his force.
yeah, and I managed to push everything up into the center, and then I had a squad moving out to the right.
Okay.
Was working on cleaning up objectives that he had over there. So I ended up with, like, I think 4 objectives, and he had 1.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, he really, yeah, I could, and again, it's one of those things you just got to keep your eyes on is this game is a constant economy of force, getting the most out of what you have. Now, I went ahead and pulled up the village table here. Now, what game was this here?
So this was actually the second game,
Right?
and this was a kill point mission.
Okay. Yep.
And this guy had Americans. He had 3 Sherman tanks, 176 millimeter and 275s. And as you look at my list, I don't have a lot of anti-tank. I've got some, but I've got a
Right.
Peapod, and I've got the Stuart, which is not really great against Shermans.
No.
And so to draw, it seems like every time I get a kill point mission, I draw something like this. The last time I played there, I had kill point mission. I had a guy with 5 dice, and he had a veteran Tiger 2, and God, what was the other one? It was an 11 armor tank.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so me trying to get kill points. So what happened? And I got stuck. I didn't get to pick sides. So if you notice, I'm here on the right in
Yeah.
this tight little street complex,
Yeah.
and he's over there with a lot of openings. So for me to be able to push up, I had a lot of trouble because it basically funneled me between the water tower and that one house. That's the only way to get across the board. Which, of course, he placed 2 pieces of artillery over there on the other side of it. And
Right.
uh, actually, if it hadn't been for my artillery bombardment, I think I cleaned out his and that and mortar strikes. I think I cleaned out his artillery. Uh,
Okay.
but so what happened was there's a Dorchester. I think no, it's not here yet. So you see the train station in the middle.
Yep.
I had pushed my Dorchester up and got behind the building because he has a squad of Rangers coming around through that crater on the left.
I see those. Yeah.
So the plan was to get them out and then try to assault the Rangers and take them out. And I got my Dorchester hidden behind the building with just a piece of it sticking out, and he pushes a Sherman up around the flank here and gets a little bit of line of sight on it, and he kills it. So it kills the truck. It kills the officer inside.
Ooh.
SAS have to get out. Now, I'm not going to just stick them out in the open down and not being able to act. So I had to go back behind it. And then his whole machine gun takes out my light mortar that I had over there in the crater. So I was
Oops.
3 units bang like that, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Had to come back from that. I ended up actually being 1 kill point ahead thanks to my SAS forward observer unit
Right.
going ham back there in his back line.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'd have had one more turn, I think I could have got another unit and got, because you have to win by 2.
Right.
Could have won that game. That probably would have at least got me on the top table in the 3rd round. But
Yeah.
as it was a draw, it kind of pushed me back.
Most important question though, did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed playing SAS. They are.
I know you ran a test game with Patrick Tadlock, and after that you were like, let me tell you, these guys are awesome. I'm like, okay, Randy has found his new love. Gonna kick those poor Gurkhas to the corner and get on with the SAS. Okay, there you go. What would you say? What would you say to a new player who's getting into bolt action and considering building an SAS army? What would be a good way to build that out? You think?
Assault units are just tough to run. Um, I think somebody starting out, I would probably build a smaller squad of SAS and throw light machine guns. Well, actually, they can take Vickers K guns.
Ooh,
So yeah, I would probably, because you can go down to 4-man, and you can actually put 2 in every squad if you want to.
right,
So you could go maybe 5-man with 2 Vickers Ks, and you're throwing 10 shots out,
right,
and
right.
they're not going to die easily. They're fanatics. So bring
Okay,
them on the table and keep shooting.
all right. I run a similar setup with my Fallschirmjägers.
Yeah,
The 5-man squad, 2 light machine guns, much more robust than a medium as far as taking casualties, and just causes no end of mayhem. Okay,
yeah.
pretty cool. All righty. Wow, Randy, looks like you had fun. The tables all look great, but Patrick does such a super job. Now we had him on a couple of weeks ago and kind of debriefed the tournament, and what just a fantastic human being. He's doing a lot of good work up there in Columbus, and I know the guys up there really appreciate him. What else you got before we wrap the show up, my friend?
Now my 3rd game was actually
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the 2. My bad.
was my best game. Um, so that one was 3 objectives.
Okay.
But this is something you may want to consider using. It so 3 objectives placed along the center line at 18, 36, and 54. And then long table edges, prepared positions. It says infiltrators will not get their special deployment. So this kind of hampered me,
Okay.
but no worries. There's no outflanking, but the mission was top secret.
Ooh.
3 top secrets. So this is the way you do it. You have to get all 3. You get points for each one of them going off the board. So it's not like
Right.
there's only one, and if the first guy gets it, he's basically won the game. There's 3. So I did the same thing here. I looked at the 3 objectives, and 2 of them were, I don't think we even have this table on the pictures.
I was thinking about that. I don't think we have that table. No, we've got this one.
So,
It's not this one.
no, it was.
That's the village again. There's
Yeah.
the desert. those are the only two tables I think you got
So,
pictures of.
so it was kind of similar to the village, except now there's a street running across in the middle,
Okay.
wide open. I mean, we're talking there's at least, I'd say, 12 inches between the hedges on both sides of the road.
That's a boulevard, man.
And,
Jeez.
and two of the top secret objectives lay right there out
Oh
in the.
my gosh.
One was over on the far in a field of woods.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so my opponent's looking at it and he's going, well, he's going for the one. Well, I'm going for the two.
Of course you are.
And so I did, pushed the guys up in the vehicle and got right behind the hedges. And then this is where the artillery observer is key. And this is why the British, everybody's saying, oh, well, they're no good now because they don't get the double strikes. It's exactly the opposite. Because they can roll twice, I'm almost guaranteed it's going to come in.
Right.
I know when it's going to come in.
Okay.
Count on it. So what happened was he had some units that were getting ready to push across into the open to come after these two other objectives. So I dropped a bombardment right there in front of them, and it pinned him down so bad. I mean, it was like 2 and 3 pins on every unit.
Oi,
And then
that's a showstopper.
he tried to activate, and I think one unit actually even ran off the board.
Oh no.
He had a foobar and he did a pan,
Oi.
and others, and there was like at least one or two others went down, and then he finally started trying to rally. Well, all this delay.
Right.
He has to go up and grab the objectives, and once I got him, I'm moving off the board with him. He's not getting them back.
Right.
I got two, and he had one for a while, but so decimated the side of his army that started focusing on the other side, and I managed to kill off everything over there. I mean, I just about take.
Wow.
Um, and so it was. I think I got the third one. I think I got all three. Now I didn't get all three off because of some hedges and intervening terrain. It slowed me down,
Okay.
but I got two off the board. So
That's a win.
it's for controlling, and then I think you got more points for getting them off the board.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
So, but I scored on all three.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice way to finish the tournament too.
Yeah.
Strong win.
That's the one I hit the Panther, the mortar, and killed it.
That guy was just destined to have a bad day. Wow. And not a bad player because he was round three, you know.
Bad is, he played somebody else earlier in the tournament that had a heavy mortar, and he got his Panther killed by that one too. Panther did not have a good weekend, but
that is again that's one of the challenges. The expensive tanks are on the list, absolutely, but they are a point sink.
yeah.
And somebody takes that out, and they're taking out, what is a Panther anyway? 450 points or something like that?
No, Panthers are, I think, 298.
Okay.
I mean, they're not massively expensive because they are frontal tanks.
Okay. I don't know why I thought they were a lot more. I must be thinking like the Tiger, the King Tiger.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and the Comet. Now the British Comet is it's only 258 points.
Nice, and that's a solid piece of armor too.
Yeah, it is.
Nice, love it. All right, very good. Again, so sorry for trying to wrap up early on you there. I was out of table. I figured we were done. But three round tournament, pretty standard. Mox got another one coming up. Don't have that up in front of me. Do you know when the next one is?
Well, so
we should know this already, right?
Tournament.
I want to say that
first.
That was the 21st, yeah. And you're going?
Yeah, I'm going. It's going to be no vehicles, period.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
So I am taking cavalry,
Yep.
range, if I can get them done in time. I'm having a little trouble getting the horses together because they're 3D printed, have all the support on them,
Ah,
and it's been a process. And of course, I've still got to make my rangers fit on 6 of the horses.
right. So, couple things just for your reference and reference to the listeners. I can actually get horse miniatures from War Games Atlantic, both light and heavy horses, and they're pretty stripped down. So if you need them, they're not horribly pricey. But now, number two, we had talked about you maybe taking and taking two miniatures and cutting them and making one. Are you gonna do that, kind of like what they did? I think GW did that one time with Elf Heavy Cavalry, where they had an elf body on a Rohan torso, and the effect was really nice.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Um, Time is a bit of an obstacle for me because
I have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah. So it's 21st, so I've got this week
Oof.
and
Yeah.
next week to get them done.
Right.
They may not be painted to full standard, but I'm going to try to get them at least 3 colors and on the.
Sure. Yeah.
So
And we've
uh,
go ahead.
I'll have 2 squads of Filipino scouts
Right.
and then 1 squad of Ranger cavalry.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
no, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
Uh,
Shh. Keep a secret. Loose lips think chips.
I've got something that I'll tell you after we get done.
And if y'all want to know what it is, you're gonna have to keep watching the show and find out. I
It's
love it.
broken. Um,
I like Broken. Broken's fun, unless I'm on the other end of it, and then I still like it because it's darned entertaining. So,
yeah,
and I think I shared with you when we did the review of your Filipino Ranger Army, because you've reviewed it before on the channel, but
yeah,
there was actually a mission in the Philippines. It was a hostage rescue mission, POW rescue mission, that was the Filipino Rangers and U.S. Army Airborne.
yeah. So
Uh,
there's actually a
yeah,
slight change to that. I think there's something different in it. I'll tell you about it
fantastic,
when we
fantastic.
close here.
Yeah, no, it wasn't it was the Filipino Scouts and the Rangers, but they actually did do. It was the only Ranger battalion that was deployed to the Pacific, and they
Yeah,
actually did do a mission together. So I was really amused to find that out. That was like, wow, we thought we were doing something really odd, and nope, come to find out they did some stuff together. So that was pretty cool. All right, very good. All right, guys. So we will throw a link to the next Moxie tournament in our show notes, of course. Uh, hope you've liked it. Like I say, we kind of went incognito with me and Randy because Randy's on his phone, and well, we didn't think you wanted a shot of looking up his nose, but for the minute, I think we'll put us back on the screen here. Let's see, because I mean they got to see how awesome our hosts are.
yeah.
There we are. Oh my gosh, too big. There we go. That looks better. Very good. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it really helps the show grow if you like and you share. Tells the algorithm to recommend it to other folks. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch from Gator Games and Books. We sell a discount every day. Warlord, War Games Atlantic, specifically, things that the bolt action guys can use. We will be bringing in Conflict 47. I know a lot of folks are interested in that. Again, it's coming in at a discount, so take a look. Also, if you just want to buy us a cup of coffee, you can go over to Patreon, be a monthly supporter. We put all the Army list. This Army list will be over there on the Patreon. It's available to our supporters at $5 a month, and it really helps support the show. So there you go. That's everything from the Gator. Anything else from the Randy?
Nope, not at this time.
All right, I'm going to shut her down because we are at 59 minutes. All right, y'all. Have a good evening.
Good night.